And so, is this the end? The culmination of all of our yesterdays? A permanent break to the age of the wheel? We asked for judgment. Well, here it is. Summed up in the fears of a long-ago mathematical equation. Fact. Within the next 2 hours and 17 somewhat minutes, humankind may become the unwelcome memories of a merciless God. Where will you be when the hands of time test their ultimate fate?
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. This is Tapping, the Arkansas Paranormal Network, coming to you from Van Buren, Arkansas. And get my mic away. There we go. Get my mic away from the. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Let go to this. Nope, gotta go. There she is.
Yep. I'm way over here.
Sorry about to have to angle everything. This phone's only not very big. Of course, I got everything all in the mess down here. She has to use her laptop, so you have to kind of watch the battery on that.
Okay.
If it starts getting low, let me know.
Gotcha.
I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Everybody out there on Facebook, you should be able to see our radio links up and running. It's on Spreaker today, and just hit that link, and you'll be able to go over and listen to us on the radio. We also have a chat room up in that and running. And nope, and no phone calls. Of course, this don't have phones on it. Only talking. Sorry, folks. But anyway, we got a lot of announcements to make. And a lot of y'all watched me last night announce things that we had coming up and going on. We are working on several different things, but the big thing is our Paracon coming up in September the 13th and 14th. It will be held at Boonville, Arkansas. The doors open about 9 o'clock. We'll be running them as long as we need to run it. We have a bunch of good speakers coming in and speaking for y'all. So, and it's cheap. It's $10 to get in the door per person per day, or $20 per person per 2 days. Or if you go online, I believe I got a package up on it, and it's about $10 cheaper if you go online to order it that way than if you would add everything that's bundled. It includes all events, and we have several events after the main event. So, one of the main events is we'll be previewing our new TV show that we are in process of recordings and stuff as we, not as we speak today, but we have in process. The promo is already up and running. You can go and check it out on our Facebook page. You can go to our webpage at www.taghocc.com or occ1.com. I almost forgot the one. And again, www.taghocc1.com. And go to the bottom of the page to where the media is, and you can see the promo of the show.
And it's really awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait on the second promo. They are working on the second promo for us. So our producers and production crew and all that is working very hard on this and trying to get everything up and running. So, like I said, they are in the process of making a second promo for us, and it should be a little longer. The first one's about 40 seconds long. I think the second promo they got is going to probably, I think they said 2 to 3 minutes long. I'm not really sure, but it's a little longer one. And you can also go to the web page and look at the promo that I made up and put on there before they actually made the professional promos. But anyway, that was in September 13th and 14th. And then after the premiere, and we may have the premiere while we're feeding everybody on the Saturday the 14th, there will be a supper with our guest. Be $10 a plate, and you'll be able to eat as much as you want because it's going to be a buffet style, I understand now. So that's a good deal. But then after that, we've got investigations, places to go to do investigations, which everybody will enjoy that. And we'll be selling tickets for $15 a person. So if you go in and buy the bundle, that includes everything, it'll be $10 cheaper. So that's a good thing. And we also want everybody to come to be dressed to impress. Now, if you wonder what the dress to impress is, we want you to dress up as your favorite scary person.
Oh, wow.
Sort of like Comic-Con, where you dress up to be your favorite Comic-Con character, where you're going to be dressing up as your favorite Paracon or paranormal character, or zombies, Freddy, Jason,
Yeah.
Bogey Creek Monster, things like that. Excuse me. And I got a cold too. Y'all get to hear me cough. So, and we'll probably have, if we get enough people there and actually do this thing, we'll probably have a door prize or a best dressed costume prize or something or other. If we can get people to do that, it'd be great.
That would be. That'd be something to see.
Yeah, it would be. Really, it is. So, now that leads into the following month in October. Our group will be down at Little Rock, Arkansas, to the Arkansas Paranormal Expo. We always down there. That is at the MacArthur Museum in Little Rock, and all proceeds go to the MacArthur Museum to preserve the history of the MacArthur Museum. So everything you spend there goes to the preservations of that facilities. And they do a lot of good work. Rhonda and them are really good people. And they're fortunate to have a museum that will support them and let them come in and bring vendors inside and speak inside and all that. And like I said, all the proceeds they make will go straight to the museum. They don't. Rhonda and them, their group don't keep anything.
Oh, okay.
It goes all straight to the museum.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. So, and they're real good ladies, and we support them. They support us, and but we are going to be going down there. Be glad when I get rid of this cold. Actually, I don't think it's cold. It's more sinus stuff that went down my chest.
It is allergy season.
Oh, goodness, yes. I'll be glad when that allergy gone. But anyway, they have a lot of good speakers. I do not know what kind of speakers they got coming in or anything like that. She doesn't usually let us know about that, and it's usually pretty close to the time before she has. Actually, she works on it all the way up to the time, almost 2 or 3 days before you get speakers in. She posts it that they're going to have it. Usually, the first of the year, she's already got the post out that they're going to have a Paracon again.
Okay.
But she usually doesn't know who's going to come in and speak at that time because she's working on it.
Right. Does she have a date?
Yeah. Yes. It's the first weekend of October.
Okay.
That
sounds like it'd be a lot of fun too.
It's usually usually the first weekend of October, and it's always the first weekend of October. Matter of fact. So.
Okay.
But we'll be going down there.
Come out and see us.
Yeah, and and we'll have a premiere. We have a one of our computers up and running and have the promos going for the show, which the show is called The Echoing from Beyond the Veil. Hey, I got it right. I'm proud of myself to say that right. I always get it wrong, though. That's the thing. It sounds weird. I shouldn't get things wrong like that, but I know both places that we were. Matter of fact, if everybody missed us, Friday we were at the Mulberry Library doing a presentation down there, and full house. They've invited us to come back, and we're going back June 25th from 6 to 7. We'll be at the Mulberry Library, so if you want to come down and meet us and see what we got going on. And we'll be down there talking. But anyway, Friday we were down there from 1 to a couple hours. And then we ended up going to Chapters here in Van Buren doing a presentation. It was a packed house there too. So it was a pretty good deal and surprising. I had a storm roll through about that time, and it rained for about 5 buckets loads of water, wind blowing. The people still came in. They were troopers, and saw us. So it was one of those things. So. But anyway, we'll be back down there on June the 25th, I believe it is. It'll be on a Tuesday night from 6 to 7, and they close at 7, so we got an hour to talk. So, which will be all right. I'm glad they're inviting us back. They want us to come back. They had a bunch of other people that wanted to come, and they couldn't come at 1 o'clock.
Right.
And those guys were mad or upset, so they invited us to come back down again, and I just lost them. Did you?
I went dead.
Can you hear me now?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Computers.
So.
You never know. Never know. So, now, to get back with our announcements, like I said, we got a lot of things. The Echoing from Beyond the Veil is our new show that we're producing or putting on. Hopefully, we'll get everything together and have it premiere on September. This is September 19th, so we'll be doing it on the 13th and 14th, and hopefully right after that we'll start running them on YouTube, a whole bunch of shows.
That's good.
And then we'll be looking for sponsors to try to promote it farther and get it on TV, hopefully. And we get a lot of criticism about, oh, y'all just doing it because y'all want to get fame and fortune and make money off of it and blah, blah, blah. No, right now we are not making any money off this.
No, we just want to help people.
We don't even charge anybody to come and watch the show. So how are we going to make money off of it?
Right. We just want to help.
We're here to educate you, and this film is like that, or this movie or show will be like that. It's the real deal. There's no putting on about it, no fakery about it. It's whatever happens. And we will have mess ups on there, what they call bloopers. We have already decided that if we wasn't going to erase the bloopers, we'll just put it off inside and put bloopers on it, and they can go in and watch it and see what happened, you know. And then of course, when we all get bored, we all have to do something rather than make something exciting happen, like scare somebody or. Don't do that to Angela. She'll slap you. I know. I got slapped.
Hey, it wasn't by me.
No, it wasn't by Jackie. It was just Angela. Angel Shook. She's the star of the show. She's the empath that we have, and she's a. It's kind of a spin-off between the Dead Files. That's what it would be, because we're basically doing the same thing they're doing, but different in a way. Other than where she walks through and sees what she can see and things like Amy Allen does. Amy Allen of Dead Files has a guy actually goes in and does research, which we will be doing research, but we always do research before we do an investigation. Anyway, over the place, so that's nothing different between that. But what the difference is our group will actually go in and do an investigation after she walks through, and then we come together and compare notes and see if we are on the right track for each other, her and us. And then we'll do the reveal to the client. So it's like a 3-step thing instead of a 2-step thing.
Excited about?
Huh?
I'm excited about it. Angela is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they are very nice people, and she's a very intelligent woman.
Yes.
So, but anyway, that's one of the things that we got coming up. And then our tours that we do, second, and fourth weekends of the month is starting to shape up to be pretty good. So, I'm not going to say much more than that, but we've just added a place to do the tour thing, and that would probably be the main attraction on the tours. And that place we'll be able to take 2 different groups at a time in, like 2 different times for a 2-hour tour.
I'm excited.
So I think we are still negotiating with these people, talking to them, and it's pretty much in the bank that we're going to be there and do this tour. And it's just wow. Something freaky in this building. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty much already set that we're going to do this. It was just got to figure out the dates and times and all that. And I know, well, we already know the times. The times are probably, what we were talking about was like the first group will start at 7 o'clock and go to 9, and then just hit the enter button. The enter button. Enter button.
Okay.
But the times will be from 7 to 9, and then the second group will go from 9 to 11.
Okay.
And if we get enough requests or bigger requests, we may go from 11 to 2.
There you go.
But this place is a great place. Everybody will go there. Several different groups have been in there and said it's very, very active. So we are glad that these people are letting us come in, and we will announce more about it when we get it really straightened down on paper.
Right. I can't wait to investigate it.
Yep. We got to go investigate it before we actually do tours. That we figure out what we're going to need to know, and then we'll get the history of the place, and then we'll learn the history, and we'll give you all the tours, the history tour at night time and the investigation.
There we go.
In the dark. Sounds great. All right. Okay. I think that is it. Oh.
We're having technical issues today.
Computers don't want to go to sleep. Hey, this ain't got nowhere yet, so.
Yeah.
It better not. It's the one that's got the radio going.
Right.
So. Now, I said we're going to read from most haunted places in Arkansas. We're going to do the haunted place. Hello. Hey. Hello. Hey.
There you are.
I'm back. Not good when that happens. Most haunted places in Arkansas. I thought this would be appropriate since we're talking about Arkansas stuff. So, she's going to do more talking than I am because I'll speak a lot. I'll start speaking a lot. I start coughing a lot. So, when she starts reading, I'll let her read a little bit, and then I may pick up on and read something or other.
Okay.
And whatever. I may just let her read and just sit back and answer the chat room stuff.
So, the most haunted places in Arkansas. Keller's Chapel.
You can put your mouse on the highlight and put it up on the name.
Okay.
And just tap the mouse.
Okay.
And it'll bring you up a little bit more than what it says out front, and then you just hit the arrow and go back.
Okay. Keller's Chapel and Cemetery. There have been reports of strange sightings in the chapel and the surrounding cemetery. Ghostly lights that follow visitors around the cemetery at nighttime. The sounds of baby crying, strange apparitions moving around the cemetery, and unexplained noises are just some of the paranormal report at this site. Arlington Resort Hotel. Although the staff firmly believes and tells guests that there are no ghosts in the building, bottles of wine jump off the shelves without being touched. There are been reports of apparitions in old-fashioned clothes wandering around in hallways and lobby before simply just vanishing. The ghost of a young girl in a pink dress that has been seen in the lobby. The ghost of a woman in a wedding gown has been seen down into the street late at nighttime. The ghost of a bellman has been seen wandering on the 4th level, who walks through closed doors before disappearing. The ghost of a man in a black suit has seen the hotel laundry and often waves to workers. Taps turn on and off by themselves. Lights go on and off when no one is around. People are brushed against by people who aren't there, and ghostly laughers have been heard, and evil presence is felt in the room 824 of the hotel. The Gordon Light. A Gordon spook light is a yellowish glowing orb that appears intermittently at nighttime along the railroad tracks. Some say the ghost of the railroad worker who was struck by a train and decapitated. Others maintain it is a ghost of a railroad foreman who was beaten to death by a shovel by an employee who wanted more hours. The light is said to be a lantern of a ghost who is looking for his head. Reports are given these directions to how to reach the area. Take exit I-30 to Highway 53 toward Gordon. As soon as you enter the city, turn off the light, or turn on to the right on a dirt road before the railroad tracks, and follow it until you see a circular parking lot. Follow the tracks to the right, west, for about an hour. It is between the 4th and 7th trestles that the light is seen. if you have a paranormal experience here or any additional information, please let us know. The Crescent Railroad Tracks in Crescent, Arkansas. A ghostly swinging light appears to be walking up and down the tracks here. Locals say it is the spirit of a man who was hit by a train and decapitated. His ghost is searching for his head. It is said that folks who are standing on the tracks will see the light coming toward them. It will disappear when it gets close, then reappear on the other side of them, continuing on his way. I was scrolling down a little bit and I went too fast. Okay, the Empress of the Little Rock Bed and Breakfast in Little Rock, Arkansas. The ghost of a well-dressed man with a Homburg hat has been seen on the stairs and in other rooms of his historic home. The ghost is a large woman dressed in pink who stands outside the guest rooms. The apparition of an old sea captain has been seen in guest rooms, and an African-American maid haunts the maid's closet. Phantoms' footsteps have been heard, and doors open and close by themselves. The Hitchhiker of Highway 365. Why does a female hitchhiker appear here on stormy nights, asking passers to drive her home? Legend has it that when the driver arrives at the address, she simply just disappears. And when the driver goes to the door to ask about the missing girl, the residents will tell them it happens frequently as their daughter was killed in a car accident. The Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. One of the most well-known haunted hotels in America, the Crescent Hotel, has a history that just requires that there to be ghosts and haunts associated with it. And the Crescent has plenty. The site of a former hospital ran by a con artist who had previously been convicted of practicing medicine without a license. The fraudulent Sawbones promises a cure for cancer. Patients walk in on their own 2 feet and were carried out feet first. Death were so numerous that the basement housed its own morgue, which a man tourist attractions now, shaping space with the hotel's day spa. Ghost sightings and stories are numerous and not limited to the Crescent stint of a health facility. There are also ghosts who date from its construction and its time as a girls' school. Room 218 is said to be one of the most haunted rooms. It is claimed that this is where a former construction worker died when he fell, striking his head on the stone internal. The additional 419 is said to be haunted by a female ghost they call Theodora, and rooms 202 and room 424 are said to be haunted as well. Staff also claim that the apparitions routinely walk the halls. Expressly, nurses are seen pushing people in wheelchairs. The hotel offers nightly ghost tours that will take you through the hotel, pointing out all the rooms and stories associated with the building and the ending up and a former morgue turned to a maintenance room. We've stayed twice at the Crescent Hotel in room 218 and 202. Neither time did anything of a spectacular nature occur. Well, one thing did occur. The jacuzzi tub turned it on all by itself in the middle of the night. At first we thought it was interesting. However, inspecting the bathroom included electrical outlet that had been sawed in half in order to fit into the space right next to the tub. We determined that the jacuzzi tub turning on was more to do with very scary electrical wiring than the scary supernatural occurrence. The hotel is odd and shabby and is in dire need of repairs. The holes in the carpet and peeling paint in the elevator at the time of the wiring. Spring of 2013 was out of service as it was being remodeled for over 100 years and a half. Apparently, none of the money that they were making on the ghost tours, fairly high room fees, and merchandising is put it back into the hotel. If you are considering staying here, pack lightly and be prepared to climb stairs. Arkansas Medical Center. An apparition of a blond boy aged around 5 has been seen on the 4th floor. He wears pajamas and is often playing or seeking a kitten. An apparition of a Confederate soldier and other of an elderly female have also been seen in the building. Ghosts have been seen inside as well as the grounds. Pea Ridge National Park, Military Park. On the battlefield in the middle of the night, witnesses have heard musket fire and have seen apparitions of soldiers from the Battle of Pea Ridge. Some guests to the site have reported feeling or being followed by something unseen. The Wolf Bayou Bridge and Mama Lou's Bridge. The bridge was replaced in 2005, but it was an old one from which local legends arose. Folks say that there's a woman and her newborn died here when she drove off the bridge. Rumor has it those who go there at nighttime and shout, "Mama Lou, I've got your baby," will have trouble with their car or perhaps see a floating woman in white near the bridge. Interesting. Avon Cemetery in Jaqueen, Arkansas. A ghostly baby and her mother are said to be haunt the local cemetery. Local legends say that if you drop a rock into the well at the center of the cemetery at nighttime, you will hear a baby crying. The baby's mother has been seen running through the cemetery. According to local tales, long ago the woman sat with the baby on the edge of the old well as she was drawing water, and the baby fell and drowned. Mayberry Hotel in Royal, Arkansas. This hotel is now abandoned and near totally ruined. The ghost of the 1800s owner, David Mayberry, is said to haunt the site, saying that he built the hotel for the area's prospectors and miners. Gunfights broke out often here, leading to many deaths. David Mulberry himself was shot but not killed, and his shooting led to schizophrenia and his unstable mental state. He stabbed his wife to death and burned her body in the fireplace, then drowned their son. Legends have it that you can hear the wife crying at nighttime and her screaming coming from the bathtub in the basement. Springfield Disarc Bridge in Fulker County, Arkansas. At the Springfield Bridge, or Disarc Bridge, an iron browsing trestle bridge over the Cardian Creek, witnesses say that they've heard ghostly babies crying, a girl screaming, and other strange noises. Monroe County Courthouse. The 1911 courthouse is rumored to haunt by Ismay Mabel Orr, aka Mabel. Mabel and her husband John Orr were a husband and wife comedy and opera performers duo, and so the stories tell. John had a bad temper and often would beat Mabel quite badly. Feeling sorry for Mabel, one of the servants made a hoodoo potion to kill John, but it didn't work, so Mabel and 4 slaves evolved a plan to murder John by gunshot. Soon, John was found shot to death under unknown circumstances. When the word of the plot got out, Mabel and her conspiring servants were sentenced to hang. But the sheriff took pity on Mabel and offered her another option, a poison made of morphine. She died in a basement cell the night before the hanging. The 4 slaves were hung on the courthouse lawn the next morning. Witnesses say they've heard Mabel's dying moans coming from the courthouse basement, and strange lights are said to appear near the levee where the slave's body were carried to burial. The Old Hardy Hotel in Hardy, Arkansas. Reports are unclear as to whether the haunted hotel and unique antique mall are still in operation. It was up for sale on eBay in October of 2008. Former owners report hearing disembodied footsteps and closing doors. On the second floor hallway, one room called the murder room was the site of a stabbing. A soldier who was staying here in the 1940s got into a fight at the bar across the street. His killers followed him back to his hotel room, climbed into the roof, and crept into the balcony. Ghost hunters have caught video of misty shapes and electronic voice phenomena. A female says yes, and an employee sees apparitions. Small children who were visiting have been frightened of something unseen, and witnesses say lights go off and on by themselves, and objects have been known to be moved or disappeared. The Woodson Lantern Road Ghost Lights. A local legend has mysterious ghost lights appear at night and follow cars along Woodson Lateral Road. Bono Bridge. in Bono, Arkansas. The bridge was demolished in 2011, and the map shows its original location. According to local folklore, those who have stood on the bridge and looked down at the railroad tracks below when a train is coming had the distinct feeling that the train was about to hit them. Apparitions and strange noises are said to occur in the area. Erupting and alleged satanic ritual was performed in the past. The old state capitol in Little Rock, Arkansas. Although the museum denies the extensive extent of a ghost there, rumor has it that it is haunted by a spirit of a former Speaker of the House, John Wilson. His ghost has been seen here by many, wearing a period folk coat. Others have reported cold spots or feeling of a cold hand on their shoulder. Some say the ghost is not Wilson, but other politicians, John Joseph Brooks. The old Hardy. Oh, I read those. Never mind. Hold up. The old Redfield Railroad, or road. The old Redfield Road is said to be extremely active with the spirit set. Witnesses have reported apparitions wandering along the road and in the cemetery, and electrical items such as flashlights, radios go dead. One visitor reported that as they drove past the cemetery, the hood of the car flew off without an explanation. The old Melco Theater in Hot Springs, Arkansas. During a performance in the 1880s, a woman from the audience disappeared during a magic show production. Ever since then, there has been reports that the theater has been haunted. The ghost of a glowing woman has been seen in the theater basement. Objects move around by themselves, and screams come out of the empty theater. The Tiddly Widdly Bridge. The bridge was demolished in 2010 or 2011. The map shows its location of the former bridge. It is said that a woman in the 1970s drove off the bridge, killing herself and her children. Her phantom car has been seen driving across the bridge, and her apparition has been spotted in a white dress, trilling in a nearby field. One report say that green goblin creatures also appear nearby. Arkansas Tech University in Russellville, Arkansas. Arkansas Tech University's several locations are rumored to be haunted. One is the Carway Hall, where students describe noises in the attic, footsteps in the stairs, and whispers in the hallway. There are two legends to explain the haunting. One is that the building on top of a Cherokee burial site, and another one is that the female student committed suicide here. Another haunted site on the campus is the Tucker Coliseum, where a star basketball player was killed in a car accident in 1981. His ghost is said to pull down the auditorium seats and leave basketballs shattered all over the court. And Witherspoon Hall is said to be haunted by a ghost of a former student who played the piano in the practice room. Chester House Inn and Antiques. In 1887, hotel primarily served railroad passengers and workers until the late 20th century. Now a delighted bed and breakfast inn with an adjoining antique store. Employees and guests stay in established have reported many strange instances of paranormal activity. The place is rumored to have a brothel in the past, and people passing by have reported seeing a pair of ghostly women in old-fashioned clothes waving at them from the second floor of the building. Locals have submitted that they are Pearl and Ruby, who were both former prostitutes when the place was a brothel. Between World War I and World War II, the spook haunted the old influence is a male presence known as Clarence, who froze to death on the balcony of room 4. Disembodied footsteps supposedly belong to him and have heard him wandering throughout the building in small hours. And new owners are always warned by departing owners to appeal in spirit or else face his wrath. The old Fort Smith Courthouse in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The old courthouse that still stands here was a site of many death sentences handed out by the late 19th century. The hangings occurred just outside. It is said that the ghosts of the condemned men still roam this area. The Hickory Valley Methodist Church. The church is a small wooden building located near the cemetery across the road. If you approach the church at nighttime, you can hear people singing hymns, but there's no one around. Sometimes the apparitions of young children can also be seen at the Hickory Valley Methodist Church. Shady Grove Cemetery. One reports that the crickets and the grasshoppers refuse to set foot in the Shady Grove Cemetery, and ghostly children put their hands on cars if you flash your headlights 3 times. Conway Cemetery. Historical state park named after the first governor of Arkansas, James S. Conway. In the 11.5-acre park that includes a half-acre family cemetery where Conways are buried. Witnesses say you can hear the disembodied voices here around midnight at a full moon, perhaps stemming from a nearby tree where it is said that many executions were hung there. Peel Mansion. The historic mansion built by Samuel Peel in 1875 is said to be haunted by Peel himself and his daughter Minnie. Minnie Bell is known to play the piano when no one's in the room. the Henderson State University in Alphadelphia, Arkansas. Henderson State University is said to be haunted by ghosts of students who fell in love with a girl from a rival college. His friends made fun of him, and under the pressure from them, he broke it off with her. The girl was heartbroken and committed suicide. As legend has it, the girl's ghost comes to visit every year during homecoming week. She is known as the Lady in Black. Possum Walk Cemetery. Possum Walk Cemetery is reported to have gates that are hot to the touch, even in the winter. Witnesses have heard footsteps walking behind them and see apparitions at the corner of their eye. Okay, I think that's where my mom's buried. Witches Hollow, Cave City. Named because folks said a witch once practiced her magic here. Witches Hollow is said to be haunted by a deceased witch who once murdered her husband. She has been seen walking along the dirt road of Sandtown Road. Some reports say that to get there, you have to go past Thunderhill Lane and follow the faint dirt road to the right. Parks Hotel in Hot Springs, Arkansas. People often feel brushed past them that they can't see. And there are reports that people are being touched and poked in the hotel's corridors. Park Hotel. Oh, read that one. Now we're at Collins Theater. A ghostly elder couple has been seen sitting on the balcony during rehearsals. They are to believe to be the former owners of the theater. Liberty Baptist Church Cemetery. Strange lights and apparitions of elderly women in a rocking chair in the upstairs window of the church have been reported. The ghosts of a young woman killed nearby in the early 1900s also have been seen. The apparition of a small boy who appeared in photographs taken at the cemetery. The St. Francis County Museum. Rush Gatehouse. As of 1997, the 1906 Rush Gatehouse houses the first St. Francis County Museum. Dr. J.O. Rush was a doctor and a local historian, and a collector of more than 3,700 Native American artifacts. The museum is said to be haunted, and ghost tours are available through the local hotels. In addition, private parties can be booked here that allow guests to learn about ghost hunting. The Allen House in Montesino, Arkansas. This Gothic museum in Montesino was built in 1900s at the turn of the century and has made many recorded incidents of hauntings reported. The main ghost, however, is that of a young woman who haunts the upstairs and lower floors of the mansion. The ghost forms around the house, often standing behind people before vanishing and reappearing elsewhere on the house. Footsteps of voices come out from the fourth floor, which has been closed off. Photographs shown an apparition peering out of a window on the third floor, but his presence is not completely attributed to one of the young women. The Ouachita Baptist University. For many unexplained events have been reported here, including orbs that show up in the basement, phantoms' eyes that are in the room of corners, and blood on the dorm walls, and dorm windows that break for no apparent reason. The Mount County Cemetery. The ghosts of the Confederate soldiers and Native Americans have been reported seen at the cemetery at nighttime. Tombstones often move around the graveyard themselves, and the ghostly noise of a flute playing has been heard in the early morning. The Magnolia Hill Bed and Breakfast. Magnolia Hill Bed and Breakfast dates to around the 1900s and was the home of Confederate Captain Charles Morris Sr. Featured on TV's Extreme Ghost Hunters, witnesses and paranormalists have reported unexplained noises, voices, and other paranormal. Cotter Bridge. Witnesses have experienced a number of spooky things at the bridge. My battery's getting low. The ghosts of a woman being chased by hounds, apparitions of children playing on the tracks below the bridge, disembodied footsteps and footprints, and the sound of a phantom baby crying.
How far along are you?
Hmm?
Where you on?
I just finished the Cotter Bridge. Capitol Hotel. The ghost of a laboratory may haunting the building, as well as the apparitions of young women who fell to her death. She often appears in guest rooms or moves around luggage, while screaming have also been reported in various parts of the building. You're further down than I am. Collins Theater. A ghostly elderly couple have been noticed sitting on the balcony watching rehearsals in the 1928 theater. After a while, they simply disappear. It is to believe that the spirits are the former owners of the theater.
Southern Arkansas University. Where you at?
Yep, right there.
I thought so. I'll read it a little bit here, as much as I can, without me coughing. But, her battery is fixing to run dead over there, I think.
Yep.
All right. Well, her battery's about to run dead over there. She's almost through with Arkansas. Probably won't read all of the Arkansas stuff. Something wrong with this mic. And Bussy Hall. Hello. Oh. Here we go again. Hello, 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 hello.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Hello. Oh. You never know. Trying to mess with this thing, and it goes nuts, and my headsets go down. Hey. Let's see. The ghost of a female student who hung herself in one of the rooms in 1950 is said to appear, and in the Horton Theater, the ghost is of a student actress who was killed by a train on her way to her performing, has been seen walking along the catwalk during some performances. Let's see here. We're just going to skip right on down there. Pick out some of the ones. I like cemeteries. I read a lot of cemeteries. Evergreen Cemetery. It is said to those who go into the cemetery at nighttime and stand underneath a large statue of an angel will find that she is looking right at them and her eyes may light up red. Wow.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be neat. Jones Cemetery. In the late 1800s, a house across the street from the cemetery, according to local folklore, was long ago the home of a young girl who was beaten and starved to death by her parents. The house is private property. Please respect the current owner's privacy. The girl is said to have been buried in the cemetery. Folks have heard sounds of beating coming from the house and experiencing strange mechanical things happening to their cars as they pass by or visit the cemetery. Your phone.
No, my phone's off. And it's... Nope, that is my phone. Whoops. My purse. I thought I turned it off.
I think it ain't my phone because I think my phone's in there in the other room. I don't have it here. Okie dokie.
Now, has Hartford just got one cemetery or has Hartford got two?
Huh?
Has Hartford got two cemeteries or one? Hartford. Because it's not very big. But I was reading about a Hartford cemetery, and it's like, I wonder if that's the one I have my mom buried at.
I don't know if Hartford's got one or two. We could look it up. So all you gotta do is just put you in cemeteries in Hartford, and they'll bring up a whole list of them if there's a bunch of them.
Okay.
I know they can do that in Crawford County, and they'll bring up a whole list of them. And some of them you don't even know they're there because they're out in the middle of a field that's got cows around it, and you don't even know if it's a cemetery.
Right.
So, yeah. Let's see here. King Opera House here in Van Buren. Alleged haunted by the ghost of a young actor who was killed by an engaged father who objected to the actor's intruder. Anyway, just to make the long story short, King Opera House is haunted by the girl who hung herself because she fell in love with an actor that came in town, a traveling actor, and her father prevented her from seeing him, but she kept sneaking out at nighttime, and they go do their deal, be together, and then she sneaked back in, and well, came to push to shove at one time. The actor came to the point where they were moving on to another location and decided to take her with him and ask her to leave with him and elope. Okay. That way they'd be with her. And her father found out about it, and they didn't know about it, so they ended up at the train depot up here in Van Buren. And as they approached the ramp up there to go to the train, her father pops around and pulls out a gun and shoots him.
Oh, wow. And
then for a good Samaritan, he decided, well, he's a doctor, well-known doctor. He was going to take care of him, so he drug him into his office, but he didn't take care of him. His assistant doctor took care of him. He's kind of stood back off to the side and decided, well, hey, I'll let you take care of it. Well, the girl was so distraught about it because he killed him, and went back down to the opera house down there and hung herself off the balcony because she was heartbroken.
Oh, that's sad.
And so everybody sees this young lady in the balcony, dressed in white, that they stay there at night time.
Now, did the guy survive?
No. And her father wasn't committed either.
Oh, wow. That is sad.
Yep. Because he was in the public eye, big name person.
Right. He's a doctor.
Yep. So that's the story of the King Opera House. All right, let's get now. Get the main ones. Whoa. All right. Well, good show. I want to thank Jackie for popping in. And actually, we hadn't had a show in a while. We've been really, really busy on different things, and actually, this is one of the first shows we've had in a while, especially on Spreaker. I usually do it on the other network, but this one's easy to make up, and I didn't have to do a time schedule or anything. I just pop in anytime I want to, and
there you go.
Have at it. The other thing is I like it. Don't get me wrong. I got a 3-hour show on this one.
Wow.
2 hours on the other one. But I'm not worried about it. But it's all good. But anyway, just stay tuned with us more and more about the upcoming events, especially our haunted adventure stuff. I know it's kind of late in the year or in the summer, or for us to change things around, but I think it's going to be in a very advantage way.
Yes.
And I think everybody's going to like it. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. And we may end up doing some tours for them during the day when the excursion trains come in on Saturday. We may even try that out, see if they would let us do that.
That'd work.
Because a lot of people on the excursion train comes in, they walk around town. There's not much really. You walk through town, go down one side, up the other side, you're done. But you got to sit for 2 hours waiting on the train to return. So, why not go on a tour, and
right.
And it doesn't have to be at night time to go down and do an investigation or a tour.
No.
It's pretty dark in that place. When we shut the blinds and stuff, it's pretty dark in there.
Okay.
So I might see if they want to do that too. And that way we can bring them some more money. Of course, most of this stuff will go towards the people that we're talking about to help preserve this place.
Right.
Just like the MacArthur Museum.
Because we don't ask for money.
Yeah, so. The only thing we'll do is take out what we need for gas or something really like that, but most of the rest of it will be going to helping them out to preserve this building.
And it needs to because it's historical.
Yes, it's a historical place, and takes a lot of upkeep. Even though the historical is on the historical society thing, they don't provide the inside care; they provide the outside care on the house. So they can't make changes on the outside of the house, but they can do all kinds of changes on the inside all they want to, just not the outside. Weird, huh? You think they would want to keep it all original inside. I mean, it's mainly original now, but there's a few doors that they had to shut off.
Right.
To make it more safer, because there's some rooms they've got secured and they don't want people in it.
Right.
But they had 2 doors in it, so they had to seal one door off, making a wall. You know, and there's several other places in this house it's like that. So, but it's basically all the same. It is very nice. So everybody stay tuned for that upcoming event. I think everybody will like it. Don't forget about our Paracon, September the 14th, 13th. We'll have a short change thing. September the 13th and 14th. 14th, we have several people who are going to be speaking. Let's see if I can remember them. We have Sammy Gillespie. Sorry, Sammy. Mispronounced her name. She will be coming in and speaking about working with energy.
Oh, okay.
She's actually a Reiki master.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. And so she is be coming in and letting everybody know, give a little tell everybody how to work with energy and stuff like that.
Right.
And then we have Dark Knight Paranormal Society coming in. Dwayne Lawrence Rika coming in to speak. And then we have Robert Frey. He'll be coming in and speaking. Then we have Corpse Crossing Over Research Paranormal Society with Raven and William. They'll be speaking. Then we have Oprah. I wish we had Oprah. But, Oprah, Oklahoma Paranormal Research Agency from Eufaula, I believe. Chris King and his partner will be coming in and speaking. I think it says on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Premiere. I think we'll do a premiere on Friday, too. So get everybody out there to watch our show. Then Saturday is the big day. We had one person cancel on us. Darn it. But that go figure. They went to a bigger Paracon than what we are.
Oh, wow.
But it's understandable, because they've got this new show coming out and promoting their other shows.
Right.
So, but anyway, we'll get them here one of these days. I already told him I was going to get him down here. I was going to fix him pancakes and waffles and biscuits and gravy. And he goes, "What about French toast?" I said, "You can have all the French toast you want." He goes, "That's a deal."
Here we go. Now I'm getting hungry.
But anyway, we have one group, two of them that had one, Gavin and Paula. They're not going to be there, so sorry about that. But we've already made our posters up. Ain't nothing we can change on it, so they won't be there. We got a lady from West Virginia. Her name is Jo Bailey. She is a very nice lady. We've been friends with her for many, many years. She's got a group called Moonlit Paranormal, and that is 3 words, not just 2. It's Moon and then Lit, L-I-T, and Paranormal. And go check her out. She's got a lot of, you talk about TV show series, and she's got tons of them.
Oh, wow.
And plus she's on I think it's called the Haunting Network, but I think it's a Haunting Network out of UK. I'm not really sure. But anyway, she's got that show up and running. She is coming in and speaking hopefully about her shows and her experiences. And then we got cough. Then we have two Bigfoot people coming in.
That's what I was going to ask, if we got anybody about Bigfoot or...
Yeah, we got some Bigfoot guys. Got two of them. We got Robert Swin coming in. He is from the Falk, Arkansas area, like Bogey Creek.
Okay.
He does a lot of the Bigfoot things in Bogey Creek, and he got tons of cast, man. I ain't never seen so many casting of this that this guy has, and he's got tons of it. And I seen him last year, and I said, "Man, you know what that looks like?" I said, "He goes, what does that look like?" And I said, "It looks like a butt." He goes, "Exactly, it's a butt casting. You actually found a place where a Bigfoot had sat down in the ground and casted it, and it was a perfect butt. You can see where the butt is and his legs."
Oh, that's cool.
The butt print, the butt casting. That thing was huge. It was big.
It has to be if it's a Bigfoot.
Yeah, and so they had casted it and they brought it down there last year. Hopefully they'll bring it up here this year. Then he's got a casting of a hand that would push down on the ground, and they went, you go like this.
Yeah.
He's got one just like it with a Bigfoot, and it's got all the fingers and.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's nice. He's got some good castings. I like to see him. But he will be one of our speakers. And then we have Rick Marshall from Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers area, National Forest in that area. And he's a Bigfoot man. He's an astrologist, and he's a teacher. I mean, he does it all. Oh. He's got PhDs, you might as well call him a professor. But he's a good buddy of ours, and we're trying to get it linked up where we can go Bigfoot hunting with him one day. We've been trying to do it for 2 years, and every time we turn around, something's happened, and we can't do it, or our schedules don't work out. And I asked him first of the year if we was going to do it this year, and he says, well, between the storms and the fire that he went through, he didn't think he was going to. But he's coming down to tell us a little bit about Bigfoots up in that area.
Okay.
And who am I leaving off? We got William and Christina Sargent. They're from Fort Smith. They have Old Fort Paranormal Research over there, and we've been friends with them for a while now. And I asked them to come in and do some speaking as well.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a great show. So, and we're going to try to get some more people in to do more stuff. I mean, afterwards, after the event, we'll have the premiere of our show, and then after that, or maybe about 5:30 or so, they're going to feed everybody. Of course, it's going to be $10 a plate. You'll have supper with the stars, or supper with our guests, I call. And then after you have the supper, then the premiere of a show, and then after the premiere of a show, then we all go to a ghost hunt.
There we go.
And it's $15 a person on ghost hunt. So we got all kinds of stuff going on those 2 nights. And we encourage everybody to come down to our, come down here and support us and everything,
and meet us.
Yeah, meet us. Like it says, you'll meet the stars of the echoing from beyond the veil, and you'll meet our group. You'll meet the tapping group, and then of course everybody else is there too. But we'll all be there.
We will.
And so then we go to the expo after that, which is the Arkansas Paranormal Expo in Little Rock, the first weekend of October. We'll be down there for tapping, the Arkansas Paranormal Network, and for the echoing from beyond the veil. we'll be down there showing everybody what we got going on and everything about it. Hopefully we'll pick up some speakers for our next Paracon next year. And maybe next year will be even bigger and better.
There we go.
I'm hoping. So, there's a lot of stuff we got going on. So everybody, please come on down and join the fun. September the 13th and 14th. And Dwayne, Dark Knight Paranormal Society's got a Paracon going on this month. Sorry if y'all was listening, I forgot the date. But it's close. I mean, real close. If I'm not mistaken, it's the 23rd. I'm not really sure. But it's on a Saturday. But it's up at Marble Falls.
I don't know where that's at.
Old Dog Patch USA amusement park. Marble Falls, Arkansas. They got a Paracon going on up there, and they've got a bunch of people coming in up there too. They got a lot of good speakers, a lot more speakers, and that's popular in the paranormal stuff than I do. But we're getting there.
Yes, we are.
But if you want to go check out and find out where their Paracon at, you just go look up at Dark Knight Paranormal Society Facebook page, and then they'll punch on their deal, and it'll take it to your website, and they'll take it to their Paracon that they're going to have. So go check them out. All right, well, I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see everybody next weekend. Hopefully we'll have another show Sunday, maybe. Kind of depends what we got going on, because we got a big lineup coming up for our show. So we're going to be doing a lot of filming on it and doing a lot of investigations. We got a ton of investigations lined up.
And those are always exciting.
Yes. So we're going to be very busy. So, but hopefully we'll bring some live shots to you, and hopefully we'll see y'all next weekend. Everybody have a good work week, and y'all be safe. And y'all doing any hunting during the week, y'all be safe. Happy hunting, everybody. We'll see y'all and talk to y'all next week.
Bye.
And so, is this the end? The culmination of all of our yesterdays? A permanent break to the age of the wheel? We asked for judgment. Well, here it is. Summed up in the fears of a long-ago mathematical equation. Fact. Within the next 2 hours and 17 somewhat minutes, humankind may become the unwelcome memories of a merciless God. Where will you be when the hands of time test their ultimate fate?
So it goes, and so it was, and so it's been, and so it passes. Hourglass is frozen, it's been written by the elders for warning those who cannot learn. And preludes and nocturnes, so I've been chosen in the ancient skies of